Are you ready to win your next pageant? Yes? Keep watching. Today we're going to be talking about building your pageant team and who should be on it so that you could be fully prepared for a competition. So many times we look at title holders competing on the Miss Universe stage or Miss Earth or Miss International, and it sort of feels like these women are just naturally incredible and all of it comes really easy to them. But the thing that we don't really talk about as much is their entire team and what that takes. So let's talk about some of the pieces of this so you could start thinking about building your own team so that you can capture your dream title as well. If you're new to my channel, I'm Dani. I'm a former title holder. I'm also currently a pageant coach, and I've worked as pageant staff for multiple organizations as well as judged. So that is where my experience comes from, and that's what I want to share with you today in this episode. So if you love content that's going to help you prepare for your next pageant, then subscribe and hit the notifications. If you're preparing for your next competition, make sure that you sign up for my free pageant prep course. You can find info for that in the description below. I'm going to break down the different team members today that you should have on your team, but I do want to say that sometimes these people are going to overlap. So you don't need one individual person for each one of these things, because sometimes there are people like myself who are able to offer multiple services to a contestant. So keep that in mind as you're watching this episode. Wow, talk about a must. Almost every pageant has some component of walking. And even if they don't have a runway competition or a swimsuit competition, or even a gown competition, then we still are going to use the skills from walking coaches to carry ourselves on stage. There are a lot of different things that a walking coach can help with, and that's what I do with my own clients. It's not just walking turns and poses, it actually extends far beyond that to overall presentation and confidence. This might just be your most important coach that you could have. I would really suggest that all contestants have some sort of interview coach. But there are also some other things that potentially an interview coach can help you with. They can work with you on public speaking, platform development, on-stage questions, and overall confidence. But I will say that not every coach can help you or address all of those things. Because I grew up competing in speech competitions as well as in pageants, I am one of the coaches who does offer that. I also specialize in personal branding, but not every coach does that. So if you need help creating a platform that's going to be marketable, that makes sense for your age division and for your pageant system, then that's a question that you can ask a potential interview coach. You can also ask them if they have experience with speaking competitions, because there's a lot of pageant organizations that ask contestants to present a personal introduction, or there's a speech competition that might be separately scored from required areas of competition, because not all coaches specialize in public speaking. That is different than an interview style of speaking, so it's really important that you're asking these types of questions as you're finding a coach, because you want to be able to have somebody that is going to help you achieve your goals in pageantry, and they need to have those skills to do that. For example, when I work with contestants for spokesmodel competitions, not only do I write their speeches, but I also give them instruction on how to present that speech, because it's not only the words that you're going to say, but it's how you're going to say them. And I can teach you actually how to deliver the words in a way that is going to resonate with your audience and that is going to bring up emotions in you, and then also make your audience feel connected to the words that you're saying. And that's really, really important, is focusing not only on what you're going to talk about in a speech competition, but how you can deliver that. And you need to find someone who's able to help you with all of those things. This is something that I never thought about when I first started pageants, or for years I really never even considered it, but a stylist is so important, and you can find a stylist a number of different ways. Sometimes your coach is going to help you with this. Sometimes you might work with a local gown store where you purchase your wardrobe and they actually have staff members that are there to help the customers, find the best style for them. But there's also people who just do styling on their own. And that's what I discovered when I was preparing for Miss USA. Actually, my hair and makeup artist at the time, he works with the Miss Universe France organization, essentially Miss France, and they own a franchise for Miss Universe. And he is a stylist as well as a hair and makeup artist, and he had so much experience with that, and he taught me so much about finding my personal style. And he would dress me for different events or different rehearsals by selecting all of my wardrobe. And I'd never really thought about that before, but it really elevated the look of my outfits, and I was so happy about that. And now I offer that service to contestants as well as something they can kind of add on or do separately or individually, because I really understand the importance of making an impact visually with your wardrobe. A gown designer is someone that's not always necessary, but if we're talking about national or international level pageants or wanting to get there, a lot of times you're going to be looking into custom wardrobe, and a gown or a fashion designer is going to help you to do that. Sometimes you can find them working independently, other times they are going to work in collaboration with local gown stores that you might purchase your wardrobe from. But this could be a really essential part of your team, is having wardrobe that truly suits you, that is fitted to perfection, and that might also tie into your personal branding. This is essential. Oh my gosh, I wish that at the beginning of my pageant journey, I would have taken a hair and makeup lesson. It's so important. So it's important that you're gonna work with somebody who is familiar with the pageant industry, because hair and makeup for pageantry can be different than things like for prom or for bridal work or even for high fashion. So you want to work with someone who has that experience, because they're gonna give you the skills that you need. Now, I always advocate for taking a hair and makeup lesson. I think that's really important. And I want to say this, not all makeup artists are hairstylists. You don't always find both. So sometimes you're going to need to hire a makeup artist and a hairstylist separately. Once again, make sure that they have that experience in pageantry, but be aware of that so that you can start thinking about how your overall style is going to look. They are an important part of your team, because you are going to need them for photo shoots, for competitions, for rehearsals, for appearances. There's so many different places and times that you are going to need someone to assist you with hair and makeup, or to teach you how to do your own hair and makeup. So start thinking about them. I'm talking about this person individually because a hairstylist that you're going to use for a pageant is a little bit different than a hairdresser that you're going to sit with in a salon. So I had people that I worked with that gave me pageant hairstyles and taught me about that, but then I also had my own hairdresser who I would go to the salon, and she was responsible for the cut and the color of my hair. So that's a little bit different, and I think that that's a really essential part of your pageant journey, because I see so many contestants and I look at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is the wrong shade of blonde for you. Why is your hair yellow? Or why does it look too gray? Or I see contestants and I'm like, wow, her highlights turned orange. And it just shows you how important working with quality individuals is, or really just making sure that your hair looks healthy, and working with someone who's not gonna do things that are gonna damage your hair. And that's a really big thing, and it's something that I'm so sad to see all the time when contestants fry their hair. And I'm like, you're not working with someone who's looking out for you. My hairstylist, she will tell me, no, we can't go that light. No, we can't do this. It's gonna be too damaging right now. You have to wait. And sometimes that is just what you have to do, ladies, because your hair is so fragile. Please take care of it. Don't rip it out with harsh extensions or too much bleaching or the wrong products on your hair. So it's really important for you to be thinking about that. I didn't realize the value of a personal trainer or a nutritionist until I had one, and it made my life so much easier. I used to go to the gym. I had no clue what I was doing. I was just running on a treadmill and trying out random different weight machines, and I was very confused. And then I got a trainer and I told her, these are my goals, this is what I want to do. She laid out a program for me. She took me to the gym and she's like, this is how you do these exercises without hurting yourself, which is also really important. And then once I met with her, I started to see real changes in my body. It took me about a month before I could really start seeing big changes, but be patient, stick to your workout routines and your exercises, and also you have to know what foods are gonna work really, really well for your body, what you should be putting into it, because your food is your fuel, okay? You shouldn't be depriving yourself of food ever. You just need to be eating the right types of foods. So I would say this person is essential because they're gonna have you not only looking your best, but you're gonna feel amazing. And that's what I realized in Pageants. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for Pageants because they taught me how to take care of my body from the inside out. They taught me how to value my health and to value my mobility. And now it's something I appreciate every day, and I really enjoy being an active person because of pageantry. Those are the tips for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you'll come back for lots more. Thanks so much for watching.